Episode 6. The sacred elements: earth, water, fire, air. There was always the void. And from the void came the elements: earth, water, fire, air, each one holding the secret to life's complex tapestry. Welcome back to Codex Æternum. Hello again, I'm C.S. Douglas. This is Codex Æternum, a journey into the rational Bible, exploring the intelligent universe and your place within it. In our previous episodes, we explored the foundations of existence: the infinite space, the language of frequency, the immortal consciousness, and the ancient wisdom of the Dacians and Mesopotamians. We discovered that consciousness is primary, that the universe is intelligent, and that you are that intelligence experiencing itself. Today we begin Book 2 of the Rational Bible, the Book of Nature. We turn our attention to the sacred elements: earth, water, fire, and air, the building blocks of reality that the ancients revered and that modern science has rediscovered in new forms. These elements are teachers, guides, mirrors of the infinite. Let's listen to what they have to say. From the Book of Nature, chapter 1, verse 1. There was always the void, from which came the elements: earth, water, fire, air, each holding the secret to life's complex tapestry. There was always the void, the same void we explored in our first episode, the infinite space that existed before time began. And from that void, that pregnant emptiness, that field of infinite potential, arose the elements: earth, water, fire, air. The ancient world recognized these as the fundamental principles of existence. Every culture, every wisdom tradition spoke of them. The ancient Greeks built their philosophy around these four elements. The Hindus added a fifth: ether, the space in which all exist. The Chinese recognized 5 phases of transformation. Indigenous cultures across the world honored these fundamental forces as sacred. And they were right. Modern science has refined the language. We speak now of states of matter: solid, liquid, plasma, gas. We understand atomic structure, molecular bonds, thermodynamics. But the wisdom remains the same. These elements are the 4 expressions of the intelligent universe manifesting itself as the physical world. And each one teaches us something profound about existence. Let's begin with earth. Verse 2. Earth, our stable ground, teaches us about endurance and growth, from the smallest seed to the mightiest mountain. Earth is solidity, foundation, structure. When you stand on the ground, you're standing on billions of years of cosmic history compressed into rock and soil. The atoms in that earth were forged in the hearts of dying stars, exploded across space in supernova, coalesced through gravity into planets, eroded by wind and water into soil. And in that soil, life took root, from the smallest seed to the mightiest mountain. Think about a seed, tiny, seemingly lifeless. You could hold 1,000 in your palm, but place that seed in earth, in darkness, in moisture, in the nurturing embrace of soil, and something miraculous happens. The seed breaks open, roots reach down, a stem pushes up, leaves unfold, the seedling grows, years pass, decades, centuries. That tiny seed becomes an oak tree, a redwood, a sequoia standing 300 feet tall, living 3,000 years. The same earth that held the seed supports the giant. This is what earth teaches: endurance, the capacity to remain, to persist, to hold steady even as everything around you changes. Mountains stand for millions of years. Continents drift across the planet's surface over geological time. The earth beneath your feet is older than your entire species. Earth teaches patience, the patience of growth that happens slowly, steadily, imperceptibly, until one day you look up and the seedling has become a forest, Earth teaches grounding, the importance of foundation, of roots that go deep. You can build your life like a skyscraper, tall, impressive, reaching towards the sky. But if the foundation is weak, the whole structure collapses. Earth reminds you, go deep before you go high. Establish your roots in truth, in awareness, in the infinite consciousness we've been exploring. Then grow from that foundation. And Earth teaches us about cycles. The seed falls, the tree grows, the tree dies, the wood decays, the nutrients return to the soil. New seeds sprout. The earth receives all things, holds all things, transforms all things. Birth and death happen in the soil. Endings become beginnings. Nothing is wasted. Everything returns to the earth, is broken down, remade, renewed. This is the wisdom of composting, decay as creation, death as transformation. The earth knows this. The earth is this. Now we turn to water. Verse 3. Water ever-flowing teaches us adaptability and the importance of yielding, which, despite its softness, can shape the hardest stone. Water is life. Your body is approximately 60% water. Your brain is 75% water. Your blood is 90% water. Water is you, and water teaches a profound lesson, the power of yielding. The Tao Te Ching, the ancient Chinese text of wisdom, speaks of water constantly. Nothing in the world is softer than water, yet nothing is better at overcoming the hard and strong. Water yields, water flows around obstacles, water takes the shape of whatever contains it. Pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Pour it into a river, it becomes the river. Release it into the air, it becomes vapor. Freeze it, it becomes ice. Water adapts, and yet despite its softness, despite its yielding nature, water shapes stone. Stand beside a river, watch the water flow over rocks. The water seems so gentle, the rock so permanent. But return in 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, the rock is worn smooth, carved into canyons, dissolved into sand. The water remains. This is what water teaches, that gentleness, persistence, and adaptability are stronger than rigidity. The tree that bends in the storm survives. The tree that resists breaks. Water bends, water yields, water survives, and water connects everything. The water you drink today has been cycling through the earth for billions of years. It fell as rain on ancient forests. It flowed through the bodies of dinosaurs. It filled the oceans when the first life emerged. The same water, endlessly cycling, endlessly transforming, evaporating from the ocean, rising as vapor, condensing into clouds, falling as rain, flowing into rivers, returning to the sea. Water teaches you that nothing is separate. Everything flows into everything else. Your body is made of water that once fell as rain on mountains you'll never see, that once flowed through the veins of ancestors you'll never meet. You are connected to all life through water, through the living waters that flow through everything. This is why the ancients called water sacred, why baptism uses water as a symbol of rebirth, why every spiritual tradition honors water as holy. Because water is life, water is the flow of existence itself. Now we turn to fire. Verse 4. Fire, the spark of creation, teaches us transformation and renewal, reminding us that from destruction can come new life. Fire is energy, motion, change. Fire consumes. Fire transforms. Fire releases. When wood burns, it transforms into heat, light, and ash. The solid becomes energy. The visible becomes invisible. Matter becomes motion. This is what fire teaches. Transformation. Everything that exists is in a constant state of transformation. Cells in your body are dying and being replaced every moment. Thoughts arise and dissolve. Emotions flare and fade. Fire is the principle of change itself. The ancient philosopher Heraclitus understood this. He said, "Everything flows. Nothing stands still." He called fire the fundamental element because he recognized that reality is process, movement, transformation. "You cannot step into the same river twice," he said, "because the river is always flowing, always changing. And you cannot be the same person twice, because you are always flowing, always changing." Fire reveals this truth, and fire teaches something else, that destruction is creation. The forest burns, everything turns to ash. It looks like an ending. But ash enriches the soil. Seeds that couldn't germinate in the shade now receive sunlight. New growth explodes from the burned ground. Within a few years, the forest is reborn, often more diverse, more vibrant, more alive than before. This is the wisdom of fire, that sometimes things must be burned away for new life to emerge. Old patterns, old beliefs, old identities, fire transforms them, burns away what no longer serves, releases their energy back into the universe, and from those ashes something new is born. This is why fire is used in ritual across cultures. Fire cleanses, fire purifies, fire transforms. The fire in your body, your metabolism, your cellular respiration, burns fuel and releases energy. This energy allows you to think, to move, to live. You are fire, controlled, sustained, constantly transforming matter into energy, fuel into life. And finally, we turn to air. Verse 5. Air, unseen but ever present, teaches us about the unseen forces in our lives, our thoughts, our spirits, and the breath of life itself. Air is invisible, formless, everywhere. You cannot see it, yet it sustains you. You cannot hold it, yet you depend on it for every moment of your existence. Stop breathing for 3 minutes, and the body dies. Air is that essential, and air teaches us about the unseen. Most of reality is invisible. You cannot see gravity, yet it holds you to the earth. You cannot see electromagnetic fields, yet they allow you to communicate across distances. You cannot see consciousness, yet it is the foundation of your experience. The most powerful forces are unseen. Air represents thought, spirit, breath. In Hebrew, the word ruach means wind, breath, and spirit. All three meanings in one word. In Sanskrit, prana means breath and life force. In Greek, pneuma means breath and soul. Every ancient language recognized the connection. Breath is life. Breath is spirit. Breath is consciousness itself. When you breathe in, you draw in the atmosphere of the planet. Oxygen created by trees, by algae, by the photosynthesis of countless plants across billions of years. You breathe in the world becomes you. When you breathe out, you release carbon dioxide. Plants breathe it in, convert it to oxygen, release it back. You breathe out the world, you become the world. This exchange happens every moment. You are in constant communion with the planet through breath. Air connects you to everything alive. And air teaches us about space. Between every breath, there is a pause, a gap, a moment of stillness. In that gap lives awareness. The breath comes in, you witness it. The breath goes out, you witness it. Between the breaths, awareness remains. This is why every meditation tradition focuses on breath, because breath is the bridge between body and consciousness, between matter and spirit, between form and formlessness. Air is the element of space itself, the emptiness between things, the silence between sounds, the stillness between thoughts. And in that space, you discover what you truly are: the witness, the awareness, the consciousness that observes all experience yet is touched by none of it. Air reminds you, you are the space in which everything happens. So here we have the four sacred elements. Earth teaches endurance, grounding, growth. Water teaches adaptability, flow, connection. Fire teaches transformation, renewal, energy. Air teaches the power of the unseen, the sacredness of breath, the space of awareness. And together they form the foundation of the physical world. Your body is earth, solid structure, bone and tissue. Your body is water, blood and fluid flowing through vessels. Your body is fire, metabolism and heat, energy and transformation. Your body is air, breath and oxygen, the life force moving through you. You are all four elements. You are the universe expressing itself through these fundamental principles. And when you understand this, when you recognize yourself as earth, water, fire, and air, you align with the natural world. You become part of the rhythm of nature rather than separate from it. You stop fighting the flow and start moving with it. You recognize that the same intelligence that grows the tree, that flows the river, that burns the star, that moves the wind, that intelligence is you. You are nature. Nature is you. There is no separation. There never was. This is what the Book of Nature teaches, that the elements are sacred because they are expressions of the intelligent universe. And you, right now, in this moment, are the meeting place of all four: solid and fluid, energy and space, form and formlessness. You are the universe experiencing itself through the sacred elements. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. This podcast is made possible by Orthopedia, a sanctuary for writers and readers. Visit orthopedia.org to discover the living archive of consciousness expressing itself through words. Codex Æternum releases new episodes weekly. Subscribe wherever you listen, and join me as we continue exploring the rational Bible. Today we began the Book of Nature. We explored the sacred elements, earth, water, fire, and air, and what they teach us about existence. In our next episode, we'll continue through the Book of Nature, exploring the wisdom of plants, animals, and the living systems that sustain all life. Remember, you are earth, grounded, enduring, growing. You are water, flowing, adapting, connecting. You are fire, transforming, renewing, burning, bright. You are air, breathing, thinking, witnessing. You are all four. You are nature itself. I'm C.S. Douglas. Until next time, breathe deeply, stand firmly, flow freely, and burn brightly.